William Morrow and HarperAudio present The Body in the Boudoir, a Faith Fairchild mystery by Katherine Hall Page. Performed by Tanya Eby. To Roger Lathbury, Orchises Press. Dear friend and publisher Non-Perel. A note before we begin. Be sure to download the accompanying enhancement PDF from your audiobook provider, or go directly to www.harpercollins.com/pages/The Body in the Boudoir. It will contain recipes and an author note. And when two lovers woo, they still say, I love you. Herman Hupfeld, As Time Goes By. From the show, Everybody's Welcome. Prologue. The airplane cabin was almost completely dark, with an occasional pinpoint of light indicating a reader. It was blessedly quiet, too. All she could hear was the steady hum of the engines, reassuring and slightly soporific. No wailing infants, not even the usual hacking coughs that punctuated a long flight. Faith Sibley Fairchild pulled the thin airline blanket up to her chin and considered putting on the sleep mask thoughtfully provided as well. She looked at her husband, Tom, who had been deep in the arms of Morpheus the moment the lights dimmed after consuming dinner, steak tips with seasonal vegetables, with relish. He'd consumed her portion, too. She'd opted for the sandwich she'd tucked in her carry-on bag, a ciabatta roll with a light film of olive oil, fresh mozzarella, prosciutto, basil, and tomato, washed down with the not-bad little bottle of Chianti the steward offered. After all, they were on their way to Italy. Faith had offered to pack food for Tom as well, but he'd insisted that he wanted the full flight experience, and liked eating from those little trays. She sighed. Even after all these years with a wife for whom food was not simply a passion but a business, he still opted for Campbell's cream of mushroom soup over hers and Ritz crackers with peanut butter in times of stress. He wasn't stressed now, and she smiled as she moved closer to him. The earlier dubious food smells were gone, leaving one that she could identify as belonging to him and no one else in the world. A combination of ivory soap, the slight citrus of his aftershave, and something ineffably Tom Fairchild. She kissed his cheek. Nothing short of a sonic boom would wake him, and settled back against her seat. In the dark, she could imagine that the two of them were alone enclosed in this silver cylinder, speeding in an arc through the air, the ocean far below. He'd been the one to come up with the idea of a trip sans kids. A significant anniversary needed a significant marking, he'd said, and somehow it had all happened. They'd been married in the first year of the last decade of the 20th century, and now they were past the first decade of the 21st. Someone had once told her that as you got older, time went faster, and Faith did feel she had been propelled from one era, landline phones, snail mail, Cabbage Patch dolls, into the current one where kids had virtual toys and all ages communicated on Facebook walls. Yet, mostly, she didn't feel any older herself. But she was, and so was her beloved. A few streaks had turned his reddish-brown hair to cinnamon toast. Without these visible markings on the people around her, their parents, their two children, friends, Faith could almost sense that time stood still. That she would wake up back in the New York apartment she'd lived in before she was married, making a mad dash to get to work, while wondering when and if her prince would come. When he showed up, he was not what she had envisioned, but in the end, it hadn't mattered. Not at all. Getting there had been a journey. She realized she was thinking in travel metaphors, must be the altitude. From their whirlwind courtship to the wedding ceremony a few months later under a clear blue sky, facing Long Island Sound, the ride had often been a turbulent one, and there were times when she had longed for a route map. To start, there had been the geographical differences between the two of them. Growing up in a small town on Boston's South Shore, where not only did everybody know your name, but you were related to a sizable number as well, was as foreign to Faith's own
Sample complete. Ready to continue?